The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Please check now. Now is fine. Okay. Thank you for the wait, guys. I think some technical issue, but now it's on. Let's get started quickly. So in the previous session, we have seen the recap. Let's talk about the recap. We have seen the difference between admin and developer skills, and then we also saw that Apex is the world's first programming language on cloud. And now let me tell you next thing. So as we discussed, we are going to start the basic of coding. So let's start. First of all, please note, when you started learning English in school, you started learning ABC, right? Similarly, in programming world, you should be aware about this initial level thing. Point number one. Then after that, in the school, after learning ABC, what we started? Then we started A for apple, B for ball, words. Similarly, in the programming journey, you should be aware about these terms. Words like this. After that, you started creating the sentences. Sentences means Ajay eating apple, Vijay going to school, like this, right? Same way, you have to create sentences in Salesforce programming by using those basics thing. Next, please note, to avoid improper statement formation. Please note, we focus on grammar, syntax, right? Ajay was eating apple, and at the end, full stop. Vijay going to school, and full stop. So like this, we used grammar. We followed all these things, right? So same thing we need to do in Salesforce, where at the end compulsory semicolon we have to give compulsory semicolon at the end. That's it. Next. After that, after learning one statement, what we did, we started working on multiple statements. Ajay was eating apple, then he went to school, then he went to playground, like this, paragraphs. Please note, same way, we have to also learn paragraphs. That's it. And please note, multiple lines in English is equal to paragraph. Multiple lines in Salesforce is program. That's all. Now on my screen you can see 4 lines. Sometimes you will write 400 lines. Sometimes in your job you may write 4,000 lines. That's the only difference. Now a test for you. Using the code on your screen, I will be giving one task. See, first of all, I did not tell you any kind of coding things. Then also I want to test your capability and to see how good, how well you can do in this. And accordingly, I can plan in the upcoming session. So what I'm going to do is, because this is a personalized career building program and everyone's background is different, that's why I want to see your grasping skill. Okay, so what is the work? The work is on your screen. This is specially for those people who have zero knowledge about coding, no idea about coding. Please start. Last 1 minute. After that, I'm going to tell you the answer. Before that, you do by your own and get that skill which is necessary for job. Time is up. Okay, good job. And those people who said they are outside on the mobile, no problem. You can practice later also. This was just your grasping skill because this is for those people with zero coding knowledge. So, please note, good to see without coding knowledge also you tried your best. Now see, exact solution is not important here. Just we wanted to see your grasping skill. Okay. So please note, one of the possible way to write this. First of all, write three things: number A, number B, and answer. That's it. After that, take number A equal to 10. Any number, not a problem, but you can actually take 1. Please note that 20, A 10, B 20, and answer equal to number A into number B. That's it. By the way, in Salesforce programming, we don't use X. X. So please note, we use the star and it's called as asterisk. Asterisk. Okay. Now, in this case, we'll start learning programming word by word. That was just for this is just for your test. And here, now we are going to see basics of programming. First of all, we use the word integer, variable, etc. Look at your screen, right? So let's see that in detail. Let's start important concepts. Please note, imagine, let's say you and your friend went to movie before 1 year on 50% expense sharing format. Like whatever expense will happen, you and your friend will pay the amount 50-50%. But you forgot to pay him money. After 1 year, you realize or you recall him about this expense, and he said, "Sure, I will tell you." So he said, for movie, 600 rupees, for food, let's say 400 rupees, and for taxi, 100 rupees. So whatever total, and divide by 2, he told you. Now, after 1 year, also, how he could tell you all this thing accurately? Because definitely he wrote this information somewhere on the paper, etc. So imagine just for this kind of small transactions, you have to write it down, note it down somewhere to use in future. Then in Salesforce programming, when we have millions of things, so we don't need to store, or without storage, is it possible? No. So please note, we need to store somewhere in the memory of Salesforce. Please note, then only it is possible to refer them in future. We need to store somewhere. So how the things are stored in Salesforce memory exactly? Same like bank logger. I hope you might have seen the bank logger somewhere in the past. So same way in Salesforce also we have a big memory storage, and in that we have the sections like this. So let's say here you are storing something, here you are storing something, here you are storing something. So this way we have memory of Salesforce. Okay, but in the bank the numbers are given on the locker so that you can identify your locker number. Similarly, how to identify these boxes? So please note, we give name for these boxes. Let's say here I mentioned 20K. What is that? This is salary of Ajay. Here I have given 9. Let's say age of Tom something like this. So this name, what actually we are giving to the storage, to the memory location. The name that we are giving to the memory location, this is called as variable. This name what we are giving. And if you are not giving name, then how you will refer? There are millions of things. How you will refer them? You need to give some kind of name. So please note, so variable is nothing but the name that we give to the memory location. And please note that, see, variable name given to the memory location box where we store some data which is used in the program, which is called as variable. And please note, we are not talking about a value. We are talking about that name of the box, not the value inside the box, not the value inside the box. Okay. So we are actually going to say this as a name. So this is something actually we are using to refer the name of this box, not the things inside this value, not the things inside this value. This is a important thing. Now, please note that after this, let me tell you one more important thing. After this, the next thing which you need to understand, some example. Some example. Look at this. These are various names. These are variables. These are variable and different names for the boxes. Okay. Next. Now, in the programming, just by giving the name for the box is not enough. You have to tell one more thing. What is that? Okay. I will give you one supporting point and then you tell me what is that. Okay, just by giving the name, it is not going to help. We need one more thing. What is that? You tell me. But before that, listen one small information. Let's say today you called a restaurant and you said, I want to book a table for a dinner. What is the first question they will ask you? I want to book a table. What is the first question? Exactly. How many people? Correct. Because the size matters, and depending on that, further things will be planned. Size matters. Correct. Now use this hint, use this knowledge, and now tell me, when we are declaring variable, just name is not sufficient. One more thing is required. Any guess? What is that one more thing? Very good. What we are going to store, storage size, all these are correct answer. Very good. See, actually, just by giving the name, let's say age of Ajay is not sufficient. You have to also tell Salesforce what you are going to store so that it will plan the size for you. Accordingly, it will arrange the size for you. So, in simple word, we have to tell Salesforce what kind of data we are going to store. The way you are telling the restaurant guy, 4 people, 8 people for dinner, only 2 people for dinner. So accordingly, the restaurant guy will arrange small table, big table, right? The same way, you need to tell what kind of data you are going to store, and accordingly, Salesforce will arrange the size, memory, storage by its own. We don't need to do anything. So what kind of possible data we can save in Salesforce? We can save this also, we can save this also, we can save this also. You can save different types of data in Salesforce. Please note, telling Salesforce what kind of data you are going to store. Telling Salesforce what kind of data you are going to store, it's actually called as, it's like telling data type. Okay, so this way you're telling Salesforce what kind of data we are going to store. And this is same, guys, the way we saw in the demo session field creation topic. While creating the field, in the beginning only we have to tell text, pick list, currency, right? In the advanced only we need to make the things clear. Please note, same thing here, same here. The reason is to avoid the mismatch. To avoid mismatch. To do proper planning. I have a question for you. Two people went for the dinner in restaurant and they are sitting on the table of capacity 10 or 6. Is it fine? Sitting on the 6 people table, which is going to be loss for the hotel, unnecessary space occupied. Who will sit on the remaining 4 chairs, right? So that's why, to avoid the mismatch in the advance only, you have to inform the restaurant. Similarly, in Salesforce also, you have to remind in advance. So this is mandatory. Now it's time to play a quiz. I will show you one line. From that line, you have to tell me what is box name means variable, what is the value we are going to store in the box, and what is restaurant table size. What is restaurant table size? Data type. Okay. And what is integer in detail? Later we will discuss. Right now only guess. Only guess, nothing to worry. And your 1 minute starts now. Good. Last 10 seconds. Okay, so guys, let me tell you, now it's time to become familiar with some famous type of variables to hold different types of data in upcoming work. Okay, so let's start working on that. Please note the way in a restaurant we have different types of table, a small table of two people, large table of four people, and out of that, but six people table, 10 people table, but from that, two tables are very widely used. Which one? Two people table, four people table. Similarly, in Salesforce also we have so many types of variables or data types, but these are the famous and widely used type of data types. There are more types, but you will see that later. Right now, focus on famous one. So please note this is telling left hand side is a type of box, right hand side a type of data. So integer numerical data, we store 10, 20, 30. In the string we store text shaker or some sentence or some kind of character ABC or alphanumerical data also. In double we store fractional value 10.43, 54.6544, so on. So this way you need to use right and suitable type of box for suitable type of data. In this work, mistake is not allowed, and that's why to prepare you properly, hence to prepare you properly, let's play quiz. Your time starts now. Time is up. Okay, almost everyone submitted, but those who could not, please see this solution. String client full name. What is the name? Let's say Tom Philip. Now, do you remember in the admin or before we start admin, in the demo session itself, we discussed we have to give quotation mark. We have to give quotation mark whenever we have text data. Quotation mark. So please note double rate of interest. In that we are giving this value, and please note string, we are giving this alphanumeric data because this is not even alphabets, it's not even number, it's mix. So such data go to string type of variable. Next, so we are giving string client full name. This is called as variable declaration, empty box creation. And please note client full name Tom Philip. This is nothing but giving a value, variable initialization. So please note first line variable declaration, second line variable initialization. Those who are coming from coding background, please note we don't use word float in Salesforce. In your market, you might be using float. Here, no float. Here, double. And also here, we don't have character. We use string. Okay. So this is for those people who are coming from coding background. And those who are not coming from coding background, just neglect this. Neglect this. So, and one more thing, always write a meaningful name, variable name. You can see on my screen client full name, etc. Give proper full name. It will be easy for your team members to understand. For example, this is not good. First one, CFN, short form, not good. String client full name. This is very good because your team members will understand what's happening. Next, rule number two. Now, in this scenario, you can see double rate of interest of bank. We are giving space. We are giving space. But if you remember in the advanced level, in the beginning only, we have seen there should be no space. There should be no space in variable declaration, the way we saw before admin. Same way here. While writing variable, no space should be given. Next, one more thing. For alphanumerical or text data, we use quotation mark. For string also use quotation mark, right? Now you can use single quote, double quote, anything is fine, but I will recommend you to prefer single quote because for various applications and IDEs, this is suitable. This is suitable. This is suitable. IDE nothing but the place where we do coding, and you will come to know about IDE very soon. But the moral is prefer single quotation. It's going to give good results. And now let's play the quiz. I'm going to show you two lines. You are going to tell me which line is a variable declaration, which one is a variable initialization. Plus, two intentional bugs are planted here. So you find out two bugs plus what is variable declaration, what is initialization. That also you find out. Your time starts now. Tell me what is variable declaration. Tell me what is variable initialization, and two mistakes are there in this. What is that? 1 minute. Excellent. So guys, first line is variable declaration. Second is initialization. And the mistake is in the first line, in the variable declaration, we have not given semicolon. And in the second line, we are giving quotation mark for number. In the second line, we are giving quotation mark for number. That's it. Okay, so these are the mistakes. Good job. Almost everyone identified the mistake. And now remaining things is part of tomorrow's agenda. Today's agenda is over. Let's meet tomorrow.